So let's go the other way. What about Australians having to work in America or with Americans? What can they do to work more effectively?
Sure. Look, having several of my best friends are, when I was there, and they're now here, were in our Australians, and working together in America, I saw a lot of this, is that, first of all, Australians are wonderful about capitalizing on social or public situations. Go out and have, you know, some beers, and the thing is that normal here, okay, you go out and have a couple of beers, you talk, and it's all great. And Americans love that. They love, because we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to have a beer, you know. We're not allowed to let loose a little bit. But for an Australian, don't think that that fun time you had right there is the way your relationship is with that person, right? Americans are very good at compartmentalizing. I'm out. Oh, I went out with this Aussie guy. It was awesome. We had drinks. That doesn't mean that he's going to call you the next day, right? So you have to really understand that a lot of American high business culture is about lying. Lying, okay? It's about charades. It's about putting on masks. This isn't bad, okay? It's just that Americans can be 1,000 different people in one day. Okay, whereas Aussies are just Aussies straight down the fairway. The other thing is that you have to realize the game, okay? The game of, if you don't answer an email like that, if you don't return a phone call like that, if you don't get back to somebody like that, okay? From an Australian point of view, and also a world point of view, well, why should I answer your email when I don't have the information for you? Okay, that's a more sensible, more efficient way to work. In America, it's about being recognized. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Okay, I want you to pay attention to me. I know you don't have anything to say to me, but I need your attention. You need to pay attention to me, okay? It's just, play the game, right? You can't beat it, right? You can't train an American to be calm and wait for the information. You just have to play the game, okay? It's very annoying. It's very intense. But on the other hand, if you are in America to get a job with Americans in finance or in film or in .com or whatever, you just basically have to immerse yourself into that culture. If you're there because you run a business or whatever, if you're successful already, okay, then you don't need to worry about that miasma. But it gets overwhelming, right? There's just so many of us, and we're everywhere, and we're on all the time. So I think the thing is use that Australian BS meter to help you navigate what's important and what's not important. Because particularly in LA and New York, everywhere you go, everything you do, everyone you meet is a potential astonishing opportunity. Not really. Like if you smell a rat, that's probably a rat. You know, just use that same sensibility that Australians use for Americans. Use it the other way. Go, is this situation I'm in really going to benefit me? Or can I just sit back and have fun? But nobody has fun in LA.
Really?
No, your barbecues, your hikes, you're going to your kids' school play. It is all work, entirely work, all about work. You know, you're there to network with other people that either you need to be with or want to be like or want to get something from. So a party is not a party where a bunch of mates sit around and talk about the footy. It's, you know, Sharon and I, my wife and I, used to have, like, hey, we're having a barbecue, and the first thing people would say is, who's going to be there? You? Well, who else? Well, I don't know yet. Well, call me when you have a list. I'm like, it's Sunday. We're having some folks over to have a couple of beers. That's obviously extreme. It's not like that everywhere. But in the high networking places of Silicon Valley and New York and LA and San Francisco, you've got to realize that everything you do and every place you go is you're on and you're being judged, and it's about work.